We're cheering right in 3, 2, 1, let's get it!
Merry Christmas!
Welcome,
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and say
everybody. We're back.
Welcome to what? What are we welcoming them to?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
A room
That's what I thought.
with not one, but a second writer has hit the room. All right, and that's within the first minute of this episode.
Really got to start these things strong.
Absolutely. So,
Hi, folks. How are we doing today? I'll tell you how I'm doing. Sinusy. That's how I'm doing. We're gonna be honest. I went to the doctor today, to get treated for a sinus infection. And I don't know if y'all have been to the doctor to get a sinus infection treatment before, but if you have, then you'll know that usually they'll give you a shot. I got 2 shots today, actually. I got a steroid shot, I got an antibiotic shot right on my ass cheeks. Ass cheek 1 and ass cheek 2. And the thing about living in a small southern town, this is a good piece of advice if you are like me. Try not to take the dirt back roads when you're driving home from the doctor's office after getting 2 shots in your ass, because those bumps are unforgiving. I'll tell you that.
yeah.
It was not fun.
I can't even imagine. I've never had to get shots on my ass before, so that would seriously.
That's crazy. How?
Well,
What's your secret? Tell us your secret to not getting ass shots.
Well, I did have to get shots in my neck, like
Fucking vampire. Or something.
right here, and they were long needles too. Like it was very
Jesus.
It was very uncomfortable. It was multiple times. It was like three separate occasions. But there was no.
That might be a little bit worse.
Well, yeah, there was an aftermath. Everything was weird. and then they take their hand and they ball into a fist, and then they just like that was a weird hand motion.
Jerk your neck off?
And I
That's
apologize.
crazy.
But they press up against your neck as hard as not as hard as they can, but pretty like they're like doing like a weird massage thing, and that sucks too. But I'm sure the ass is awful as well.
Yeah, it is. So hopefully y'all haven't gotten some shots in the ass and also the neck. If you have, then more power to you. But segue into, we're back on the feature film beat sheet, Ouroboros, that we've been working on for months and months and months now. But ever since the last episode, we've been making forward progress after taking a bit of a diatribe to do some rewrites on things that we weren't really vibing with. It's a fair statement. We're about at forward progress now. Last episode, if you'll remember, you don't. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks since we've recorded, but it's been a week since we've seen the last one.
Trying to make sure the audience that if they don't, I don't want the audience members that did forget to be alone. So I'm just saying I don't remember any of it.
Oh well, if you're an idiot like Cole and you don't remember, last episode we wrote a pretty emotional, intense moment between our two main characters, Jeannier and the Coyote, involving some some anger, some lost arms, some monster screaming. Go watch the last episode if you didn't catch up on everything. But we are about at a point between our characters where there's some, after this really huge betrayal around the midpoint, we've got some sort of common ground that we're able to walk off with. The scene ended with a pretty potent emotional hug. So we're like in a spot where we're like, yeah, we're cool, even though you kind of like did something that was a little shitty. But I understand your point of view. I understand your point of view. We're on the same page again, so that we can do everyone's favorite Western scene, a prison break sequence. I'm excited. I know Cole's excited because we're getting back into the action with some sprinkling of horror. And at the end of this sequence, we have a pretty big decision to make that we've delayed, which is, which idea will we go with? Mine or Cole's? So, but we don't got to worry about that right now. Right now, we got to worry about how this prison break sequence plays out and what happens immediately after we see this hug between Jeonye and the coyote. So I'm just gonna read off these last 3 or so bullet points while Cole does whatever the fuck he's doing. I don't really know. Coyote's tearing up, Jeonye's tearing up, and they hug. We do a quick cut to the warden of this prison, and he's doing some blood magic-y stuff. He takes a needle, pokes his thumb, and blood shoots out and forms a vision of Jeonye in the coyote's cell. And he's like, "Oh, how cute." Coyote finishes telling Jeonye the story of what he experienced from his point of view. Now, Cole, what goes on now? What goes on next? We gotta escape these cells. That's what I have right here. After Jeonye interrogates the coyote, which is that scene that we just finished writing, we escape the prison cells like a labyrinth with super people monsters. And Jeonye creates a path out. And there is a good emotionally charged personal talking between fights. But we understand that. It's time to do some action. We had a break with this emotional stuff. You don't want to just stagger too much emotional stuff on top of emotional stuff. That can be very overwhelming for an audience. At the same time, you don't want to stagger action on top of action and on top of action with no real substance between the characters, because then the audience is just like, well, then why do I care? So we've got a really great kind of back and forth going right now, especially as we reach towards the emotional climax, towards the dark night of the soul moment for Jeonye, which is going to be at the end of this prison break moment. This prison break. Boom. All right. Cole, I'm going to let you do some talking now.
No.
Oh, well, man, this episode's going to be real quiet, man.
No, I mean, that is the gist of what is about to happen. I do have to apologize, audience. What he was beginning to read was kind of up here, and I thought I was scrolled up to that, and I was not. But
classic Cole goof.
Yeah, classic Cole performance there.
Classic Cole. Oh god.
So. Oh, hold on, real quick I'll give you a few more seconds to think about what you want to do next. Happy Christmas season. Cole won't know this, but by the time this episode airs, our little Christmas rebrand will be live. So I know a lot of y'all people love Christmas, so we've got like this Christmas thing going on. Merry almost Christmas. Merry Christmas season. Thank you for giving me Thanksgiving at least. I know I bitched and moaned a little bit about how Christmas takes over Thanksgiving every year, but I appreciate y'all humoring me for one day. But now it's y'all's time to shine. Now it's Christmas. Christmas just takes over everything. And this show is no different. So, Merry Christmas season. All right, Cole. I stalled. You should have something now. Go. Well, I mean, we are about to jump into action, like you said.
Yes.
Some things to point out that probably wasn't in the bullets you read. The coyote is missing an arm and, well, not probably. Let's not say the whole arm. He has a nub at least, but like maybe the forearm.
Yeah, has a nub.
Yeah, something to that effect.
Bro has a nub.
It's a beat sheet.
Okay.
Nothing's final yet, and then his ankle is, I believe, brokey.
Just like me.
That being said, it has been some time since he's gotten those injuries. A few days, but just heard a spirit from the heavens or something. I don't know. The coyote is not taking the lead in this action, which is probably it's going to be the first time where Jeunie is going to go like crazy in terms of action. Not like literally like go insane, but like she's gonna like she's kick names and chew ass or whatever. No. Kick ass and chew name. Wait. She's gonna do a great job.
Chew ass, chew names, and she's got way too much bubble gum.
That's right.
That would really change the vibe of this movie if we're going back to the whatever episode where we did the porn satire thing.
Oh no.
Which is something that we've been trying to distance from.
Oh my god.
Old habits. Anyway.
Before we begin though, do you want to mark the end of sequence 2.2 since you're the expert of the formatting here? Because I know you kind of said, I mean, based on this list.
Okay.
It starts.
Well, again, it's been a while since we've kind of gone over this stuff. So if you haven't watched the episodes where we mentioned this stuff before, I'm just going to do a really quick diatribe on what these sequences actually mean. Okay.
That's 2 episodes.
The way
I think it's the past 2 episodes where we started this whole new journey addition to this.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's been a while since I've actually told the audience like what these sequences actually mean.
And I'm telling telling them to go back and watch it if they haven't seen them, so that we get more views.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, go back to the start of the season 2 where we actually start mentioning it. But anyways, back on my lecture shit. These sequences are more just like receptacles. They're like cups of water, basically. You can fill it. You can fill each one how big or how little that you want. It all kind of just fits the story. It's a little bit more intensive than like your Sid Field structures, and a little bit less intensive than Blake Snyder's Save the Cat. And I want to do an episode where I kind of go into some of these plot structures so that you can understand what that means. But basically, you can break down your film into 8 points. And even bigger picture, you can break them into 2 sections. Basically, from 1.1 all the way to 2.2, which is the first half of the movie. At the end of 2.2, this sequence in the second act, where we're kind of building up to the midpoint, you end on the midpoint, which is the part of the movie where everything flips on its head. And I've said multiple times, the first half of the movie is like fun. This is the fun parts. We're building up. We're meeting the characters. We're introducing the world. Second half of the movie is shit. Everything flips on its head. We're getting way more intense. We're learning way more about the characters, and we're going over the biggest obstacles. So 2.2 ends in the midpoint, that pivotal moment, which I believe is when Jeunie has her blood ritual done, and when Coyote realizes that the monster hunting organization is actually a propaganda-fueled cult, which is like, that's when we kind of flip the movie on its head, and everything that you knew before has been 180'd. So this sequence of, this whole prison cell sequence is actually more 2.3, which is more kind of like character moments and further escalation. So I'm going to put that right here, and hopefully Cole saw that.
Sorry, I was doing.
You were
visuals.
doing some dog shit. Yeah.
What the? Damn!
I'm sorry.
There are
That was
deaf
a little
people.
too harsh.
They might have needed those visuals. That's crazy. I need to stop. That's insane.
Yeah, we've made a 9/11 joke. We've made some ass chewing jokes. We're
You've named
making
2 jokes
fun of
that
deaf
I've made.
people, kind of.
You made 3 jokes that I've made. You didn't. Oh man.
This is just what you come to expect on the writer's room. About like 40% writing, about 20% off-color commentary, and then oh shit, I'm bad at math. I already forgot the percentages. Anyways, you get the idea. But let's get into it. Let's get into this. Action. I think it's like maybe 20% left over, 30%.
Wait. Yeah. No. Wait.
No,
Yeah.
it's flipped for me. At least.
Wait. Oh.
Well, I don't know what the audience at home. I don't know if it flips when we.
Okay,
edit
it's either
these
this way or
things.
this way. One of those will make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So this is now 2.3.
And on the page, on this beat sheet, 2.3 might look a little inflated, and on the script, it might be inflated. I think, like I said, these are like cups of water, and we can fill them to these sequences to however much we want, depending on where our focus is as writers. I know me personally, my 2.3 sequences, these like really heavy character moments and really heavy like emotional revelations are a bit more inflated for me. Maybe you've watched movies where the first act feels really, really long. Either that's like a bad or just like inexperienced writing, or a writer who's like really into this world building thing. It all just kind of depends on the writer's goal. And I think our 2.3 might be a little inflated, especially because this whole prison break sequence might be pretty long. I don't want to go crazy here. Like, I don't want this sequence to be like 30 minutes on screen or 35 minutes on the screen, but maybe like 25 pages. It's not the end of the world. That'll be fine. So let's just keep in mind, although on the page this sequence might look really long, it probably won't play out that way when it's translated to the screen.
Cool. All right.
That is Cole's cue.
It is.
I'm going to watch this happen and provide commentary / visuals for while Cole does the writing.
Okay. So, Jeunet is now caught up to speed on everything that has happened up to, because she was knocked out. So she's been caught up on everything that's happened since she has woken up from being kind of in and out after the blood ritual. So she's woken up in prison and now she's caught up. So she let's see. So prison cell.
Yeah.
So let's name this section the escape.
Basically, what we have to do before we even get into the escape is transition from Coyote kind of spilling his guts a little bit and the start of the escape. How do we kind of transition that where it doesn't feel super awkward?
I was gonna do that in this section.
Okay.
I think.
I'm gonna let you cook. Brother, I'm gonna let you take over.
Holy shit. Okay.
I trust his judgment, folks. We've had some disagreements in the past as writers, but I wouldn't be doing this show if I didn't trust his instincts, and trust our partnership as writers. So I'm gonna let him cook, guys. This guy has the sauce. I don't know what sauce. Maybe it's like You strike me as the let's see. You look like a warm bottle of catsup. That's kind of the vibe I get from you. A room temperature bottle of catsup, not ketchup. My GUOs, catsup. That's a
Never heard that word.
big catsup vibes. Or big catsup energy. BCE coming from that.
BCE. My God, this is. I've never heard. It's good to experience new things.
Oh God, I'm dying.
Oh.
Oh God.
Oh.
Anyways, what did he write?
I've written one bullet point.
Jeonye stands and holds her hand out to help the coyote up. It's a great start.
Yep. Begins scanning the room. Well, so the way we discussed this is the cell isn't like a man-made structure, except for like the door and the bars.
Yeah, it's mostly a natural cave structure.
Yeah, natural,
or
like
a
I guess like a cavity within a larger cave, in a sense.
Sure.
So
Kind of like a yeah.
we have these metal bars. So my initial thought, well, I've got a couple of ideas.
Okay.
You were gonna say something?
Yeah, I'll raise my hand to be polite.
Okay.
I think Jeonye needs to have another pretty big like transformation attack to really up the stakes of why we need to leave like immediately. If she stays in this cell much longer, she's gonna completely turn and everything's gonna go to hell. I think we need, as an audience, to remind ourselves she needs to get out ASAP. Otherwise, then you know what I mean? I think this is a good point to remind our audience that this is a ticking clock.
We just got her out of one though. We literally, because the whole Fresno Nightcrawler section, that was her. She was having an attack that entire segment. So we just I
guess that's true.
We got it. Well, normally I would agree with you, but
yeah, that's fair. I forgot we did that.
Yeah.
So thank you for reminding me.
But so
okay,
my two ideas. You might judge me on the second one, but first idea,
probably
she gets something in the cell, makes makeshift lockpick, picks a lock.
Okay.
Idea 2 is she gets the attention of a guard and steals the keys off of the guard. And the way she can get the attention, based on the times, I feel like seduction is a tool that is very easily used, but also we can just be annoying. Just be like, hey, we need a guard.
Hey, unlock this gate.
But I just don't know. I don't know if that would work either. If monsters are, I'm trying to think. Like, there's not a lot of ways I can think of for idea 2 to work. Because there's monsters screaming and people yelling.
The thing that comes to my head, we have monsters, and I don't want to go through all the super stereotypical Prison Break sequences. Like, let's get a lockpick, which is kind of what we did at the very first sequence. If you remember,
I don't want to do the lockpick.
Jeonye picks a lock. I don't want to do seduce the guard or distract the guard or
I don't either.
Snatch the key from a sleeping guard. Like, these are all things that we've seen countless times before.
Yeah.
But what's different about our Prison Break than literally every other Western in existence? These prisoners are fucking monsters and insane people. Can we use those to make this sequence more fresh and more energetic without going completely left field and going way too crazy? and doing like, you know, like you said before, like film student stereotype and just subverting every expectation to where it's completely unrecognizable. We have monsters. Can Jeonye and the Coyote maybe find a large, susceptible to emotions, or a very short fuse monster that maybe they can anger to kind of go berserk and clear some sort of path that they got to escape through?
Well, the way we have it set up is, I don't want to get paint back out because I don't feel like doing that right now. But
No. We don't need that.
We have this cavity with no windows because it's natural cave cavity, and then we have this bar, so you can't really see. I mean, because it's a circle, so you can see cells kind of further away, but you can't like see anything beyond that. So I'm not sure how we could pull that off necessarily.
You know what, kind of? The very first time we did this, very first time we wrote this sequence, what was the main tool of escape to get out of the building, if you'll recall?
Didn't they blew shit up, didn't they?
We blew up a man. We blew up one of the blood magic guys.
Mm-hmm.
Can we blow up a monster?
Yeah, well, I mean,
are there monsters below them in cages or above them?
Yeah, okay, that
can like break
true.
the roof and the cage above them to where they can climb up and through.
True,
or
but
down and
I mean,
through,
they can't
to the side and through.
They can't. That's the thing, is they can't directly influence any of that because they can't see the neighboring cell or above and below them as we have it set up right now. I wonder. Okay. Unless. Okay. Hold on. The gears are trying to turn.
Well, I'm holding on to my horses.
Okay. In theory.
Oh, she's bucking. You're gonna have to hurry. She's bucking. I can't hold in my horses much longer.
Okay, I got it. You don't have to hold on anymore.
Okay, cool.
We have one of our, and a lot of the monsters in these cells, I think, are gonna be just like these original, like half, like our own kind of creation.
Have some.
We can have.
folklore,
Yeah, I'm not saying like all of them, but
I do like a lot of these being kind of like completely new, because some of them are experiments, some of them are know too much, some of them just kind of been wandering, being crazy, and they took them out and put them in here. So it's just an amalgamation of horrific creations.
So if we create a monster with like super long arms, not like Mr. Fantastic, but like I don't know, okay, the video game Until Dawn.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was really stretching on that one. I didn't know if you would know that. No.
Slide up a picture of the monsters at the end of Until Dawn.
Yeah.
Sorry for the spoilers if you haven't played, by the way, but it's fine. It's been 10 years now.
Yeah. They remade that, actually. I want to play that, but I've seen enough. But yeah,
I saw that they came out with a movie adaptation also that is like completely not faithful to the game.
Yeah, and it was, I heard, terrible as well. But
yeah,
yes.
I also heard that, but I haven't seen, so I can't say. But awesome game. Yeah, those monsters are. I see the vision.
Yeah. So, and I'm only taking like their arms, and maybe give them like claws or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
What if Jeonye?
They're the Wendigos. which we've been saying that we wanted to include in this story. Anyway,
Yes.
they're called Wendigos.
True, but
They're not going to be the same thing.
Yeah, I wanted like the actual like folklore Wendigo, not that game, because that game's Wendigo is scary, but
yeah, completely different.
So
just a funny connection that from previous episodes. Anyways,
where I'm going with this is Jeunie gets this arm's attention somehow. Maybe she like hits the cell with something. I don't know. I'm creating this idea as I talk. And she grabs onto this arm, and that's kind of she's able to like do something, but that maybe gets the attention of other monsters in the same cell, or another monster in the same cell, and then that could lead to something. But I've gotten to the point where she has this arm now, and she can do something with it, and that's where I'm at.
Okay. Kind of like I'm thinking of the very first Guardians of the Galaxy, where Rocket asks Star-Lord to go get an arm to help
really
with their
funny.
prison break sequence. Coyote's like, go get me that Wendigo arm, or that monster arm, and Jeunie's like, what is that going to do? Trust me, it's going to help. And she like cuts this arm off, and he's like, I can't believe you did that. That's hilarious. Anyways, but yeah, she's going to get an arm, perhaps, and it's going to aid her in the escape.
Okay.
In some form or fashion.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, if the creature has long arms, it could flail its other arm around in the cell if Jeunie like does something like to hurt it, right? So maybe, boy, this is a stretch. It would be so much easier to just have her lockpick this stupid cell.
Yeah, but we don't want to do that.
I know. Of all the fucking things to get stuck on, though, this is stupid.
How to get out of a prison cell?
Yeah.
Like, it could be that you're stuck on your character's arc. It could be that you're stuck on the emotional climax between your two main characters. It could be that you're stuck on if you include a romance subplot or not. It could be that you're stuck on the film lore and how it all fits into the world. Or you could be stuck on how the character just like gets out of a simple situation. Like, these problems are all over the place. And I know Cole is laughing because those are all things that we have been stuck on in this feature.
Several of them were on my end too.
No.
That romance one, that was definitely a me thing. You were not stuck on that at all.
Hell no.
Dude, I'm just having a hard time. This should not be this hard. Okay, another idea passively entered my brain that is incredibly stupid, but I'm gonna say it out loud anyway just to see what you think. Okay. In this cave cavity, there is a like super small, like she can just barely squeeze into like tunnel that she can crawl through, and it spits her out in some location. But I mean, it's like it's so small that the guards were like, nobody's getting through that. But like, she's just barely small enough because she's like 5'2" or 3 inches. I don't remember what we said there.
I can't remember.
And so she's able to just kind of.
She's able to just kind of squeeze
it's probably she has to probably like flat on her torso. She's probably like arms completely forward. And that's the only other idea that I have.
Okay,
but I
have a couple comments. I have a couple comments on this. First, it's really funny that the guards just like wouldn't give a shit about this funnel that she could fit through. Also, I was thinking like classic like Shawshank Redemption. They have like the spork and put up the like a wanted poster behind to cover up the tunnel. Also, if Jeonye is 5'2", Kaylee, my girlfriend, who is an actress and is 5'2", she would just have to do some combat training and become Chinese. And this role is pretty much yours. I'm just gonna say.
One of those is incredibly difficult.
I know, it's really expensive to find a combat trainer these days. They are really hard. They're a bit expensive.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a bit... That question... That what's the... Oh my god. That threatens my suspension of disbelief a little bit. To the point where I don't know if I can really buy that would work. Like how the guards would not notice a human-sized hole, albeit smaller than the average human, enough for a human to escape through. It feels like a huge oversight for an organization that is clearly so good and concerned about all the nitty-gritty, because they are basically pulling the wool over the entire country's eyes.
She's also 5'4",
but they're gonna let a little hole.
That's definitely not gonna work.
Dang it, Kaylee. Okay, combat training, become Chinese, and also a pair of heels, and we're good.
Now get that surgery that makes you taller. Take some of your. Don't they take like back fat and they like put it into your legs? I think.
Is that a thing?
I think it is.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a thing. You can get a couple of inches out of it. Yeah. Anyway, dude, I've never written a prison break before. I don't. Actually, that's not true. No, that is true.
You've written a prison break? Oh, you haven't written a prison break.
Well,
I haven't written a.
It's a half prison break because I wrote. I'm gonna reference something that we haven't.
Drop the lore.
We haven't really read on this show, but the night there was an episode, but it wasn't a prison break. They let him out to fight. He's gonna go get the statue. There's a scene where the knight, the protagonist, there he is. He's let out of a cell to essentially. It's been a while since I've looked at it, but I believe I was attempting to show off like him being challenged, and he has to fight a bunch of prisoners, and so he's let out of the cell, but then he's immediately captured again. So it's not really a prison break.
Sure.
And that's also got some sci-fi elements, so that's very different. I've never written a prison break like this.
True. Maybe, let's see.
I mean, another option, a third idea has entered the mind, or probably fifth idea, actually, but I don't know, I ex-named the first two.
I'm listening.
Is a guard gets grabbed by a monster and is flung into the bars of their cell, and she's able to grab the keys that way. But that sounds so convenient. Uh-oh. Did we lose him?
No, I'm right here. Oh, dag nabbit, I'm frozen again.
Dag nabbit. Rats.
Dingle, dang it.
Nah, it's gone.
Hello? Oh my god.
Oh.
Hold on. Continue talking while I figure this out.
So let's see. So we could do, that could actually be linked to my first kind of monster arm idea, where she grabs something like a long monster arm, and that causes that monster to grab the guard and then fling him kind of, or wail him around, and Jinye is able to just grab the keys. But that's so just convenient to me. Like, I don't think that's almost too easy. Of course, so would like lockpicking. So, and even like my stupid seduction idea. Like, everything I'm talking about is so easy to do. Okay, another idea is one of the guards has a personal vendetta against the coyote now that he has betrayed the cult, and he opens the cell to beat him up. But then Jinye is now awake, so maybe she pretends to sleep, and then Jinye leaps into action as the guard enters the cell to beat on the coyote, and then she springs into action and does her, maybe uses her action. Well, So that's another idea. Any of these clicking to you? Oh,
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Damn it, we haven't done anything. We're at 40 minutes. Shit.
Seems about right.
God, we did so much on the last one too. This is so annoying.
Yeah. Well,
Understand.
you can only. It's in waves. You can't really force a flow state. It comes and goes in waves. You can do as much as you can to kind of help you onset one, but it's if your mind doesn't want to cooperate, it will not be forced to cooperate. And I wish I had something to use here. I don't really have the slightest clue. Is he writing something? we could just delay and we could write.
That was my thought, because I have no clue. I'm gonna put in parentheses.
Fill in the blanks.
For sure, come back and work on this.
Hold on. To make sure that we don't forget.
Yeah, bold and underline it. Yeah, italicize all of the things, because goddamn. Okay. And
now we shouldn't overlook that.
Yeah. So, okay, they're outside the cell now.
They are outside the cell.
We go back to the warden.
So that brings us to the big decision that we have to make. Either Cole's suggestion at the end of this prison sequence, at the end of this prison escape sequence, when we reach the entrance, by the door is a cell with either Cole's idea, family of 5, and Jinye ends up killing them. Kids that she rescued see this, think she is a monster now. Or my idea, I'm going to keep reading this. The kids Jinye rescued from the Nightcrawler scene, and she kills one of them. The other one says that he or she thinks that Jinye is a monster now. Yes.
We're not there yet, though.
What do you mean we're not there yet?
This bullet point only covers the cell.
Oh, only the cell.
Yeah.
Everything else we're still going through.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
Okay,
that was
cool.
my thought, because I know how they escape the whole prison. They fight and they do
All right.
action, and I'm
they're gonna
probably
fight.
not.
So we gotta open all the doors.
And I'm
is just the
probably-
warden gonna open all the doors? Okay.
No, so I'm gonna do this in phases, and I'm not gonna write the action out. this time because we'll have too long of a beat sheet. I'm gonna just
let's get it choppy here.
Action happens and just something to that effect.
Yeah.
So we go back to the warden.
Like, a monster comes out, they fight it. Another monster comes, they fight it.
Yeah.
They turn this corner, they go up the stair set.
We go back to the warden, seeing Junier and the coyote make their way down
Wait, do they have to go up or down to the entrance?
Up. They're on the lower levels, down the corridors. His eyes glow red, and a high pitch sound echoes throughout the prison. I'm gonna say inmates because it's gonna cover everybody. Inmates go nuts.
They go crazy. Let me tell you, they're gonna lose their shit.
Who has the coyote on? Well, wait, no. Who is helping the coyote walk? Prison guard. I'm gonna say walk low level hunters acting as prison guards rush them. And actually, I don't know, how many we want for this first thing?
How many monsters?
Well, we're starting with low-level hunters that act as prison guards.
Let's not get too caught up in the number. Let's just say a small number of hunters.
3. I'm gonna need it later on. I'm gonna need it later on.
Okay. All right. I trust you.
It's my process.
It is his process. I have a vision of what I kind of would like to see happen here.
Okay.
We're in a cave. We're in like a cave system, right? And there are wooden stairs or something. Or there's stairs to get up.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but swipe to a picture of I believe the film is National Treasure at the end with all those wooden stairs.
I have not seen those two movies in so long. Oh my gosh. Those were great.
I'm thinking of the right movie. Yes. Yeah. At the end of the first National Treasure movie, and they're going through all those wooden stairs. I don't know why that pops into my head, but that's what I'm thinking of, like these like really decrepit old wooden stairs. At some point, about halfway through, I don't know how. Maybe they catch on fire. Maybe something kind of like from the bottom structure gets destroyed, or like maybe the hunters are like, we got to take these stairs out. I want the stairs to just collapse, and I want them to go the rest of the climb through the actual like rocks of the cave. I need Junier to actually like carry the coyote because he only has the one arm, and maybe he can do a little bit, but she's definitely gonna have to support him.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, whether or not.
And then like monsters can actually crawl on the walls, like real creepy spider-like.
Like maybe there's like some places where there are stairs, but some places where it's like just a slow climb through like just a tunnel. But I like the breaking of staircase idea.
And like that's the last bit of the way. Like the stairs break right before they get there. monsters are like crawling all the walls to get to them, and they barely are able to just like get over the final lip and then run to the entrance or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's for later. Continuing, we gotta fight 3 low-level hunters. And apparently for Cole's process, it is important that there are exactly 3.
We can change the number later. I just need to know how many enemies the protagonist is fighting. I say 3 for now.
I'm making fun of him, but that's actually really smart, folks. You want to be as detail-oriented as possible, because I guarantee you, unless you become like a seasoned professional of writing action and you just do it over and over again, to the naked eye, to the viewer that maybe isn't super good with reading scripts or reading action scripts, it's gonna look like a jumbled mess. Because on the page, action is pretty hard to follow. Like, these fight scenes are a little difficult to follow. I trust Cole. I've read some of his stuff. I think it flows easy, for me at least. But I think to an untrained eye, it's like, what is happening? What is happening? So it's all about pacing and detail. That's what makes an action scene just flow.
Mm-hmm.
So as much as I was giving him grief, getting specific about the number of people they're fighting is invaluable to writing an action scene.
And you're not gonna make. Yeah, you better not make me name all these things that we're about to throw at them.
Oh yeah, did we ever make a document of all the monsters that we wanted to use, or did we just like look up monsters that we wanted to use?
I think we just Googled a bunch of stuff and we stuck it in our Discord somewhere, but I can't be certain on that. But
while he's writing, I'm gonna go look for that.
Okay. Genier.
Get them monsters up here.
Checks on the coyote who tells her to keep going and he'll catch up. The warden sees this the warden flicks his hand and some cells ahead of them open. No, and some cells. Wait, and some cells nearby open up. Nothing leaves the cells at first. But suddenly a badly burned, bandaged man leaps from the darkness of his cell and nearly tackles Genier off past the guardrail. Would it be a catwalk?
It can be a catwalk.
I think. Well, if that's
I'm trusting.
If it's
I
a
wasn't
circle,
actually paying attention.
if it's a circle, it's just like that walkway would just be a I guess that'd be a catwalk. I don't know. He is screaming.
Okay. Can we have some Mothmen in this fight? Can we use some Mothmen?
Not yet. Well, actually, yeah.
I'm giving you monsters to use.
Yeah, we can.
I would like to see.
Yeah, no, this is just like an insane humanoid guy that's clearly been experimented on. Then one of the other cells.
We do have some of those. Let's start off with like the experimented people and just the insane people, and then we'll level up to the monsters. Let's start with easy tasks first.
Okay.
Then we'll level up.
During the whole move. Yeah, so at this point, I'm combining scary with action.
Yes.
And so, badly burned. Move. Vignette turns and sees. Oh Lord. It's in the other. Let's say 2 other cells. What would be in the other 2 cells? And sees.
More crazy folks.
Yeah. A man with a
half man, half monster.
Covered in fresh knife wounds, resembling.
Oh, there we go. If anyone knows out there why my camera keeps freezing and can maybe help me out, give me some things to help it, that'd be cool. Because I don't know what's going on. Anyways, continue, buddy.
Cover resembling. We haven't come up with any like gods of this world. I wonder. Yes.
Do we need? No, I'm just checking to see if it's all good.
Okay.
The camera.
Yeah.
When you say gods of the world, what do you mean by that? Like the super ultra powerful monsters, or the actual like deities that are in charge of the universe?
I think they're probably just all powerful monsters that the people would consider a deity.
I think we definitely have the Uriuli. I think they're kind of towards that tier, especially how we treated them earlier on in the movie. But I don't think we fight them here.
Nobody worships them. Yeah, I'm not saying that they're here. I'm just this man is.
I feel like those townspeople do.
No, they abuse him.
I guess that's true.
But no, this dude's covered in fresh knife wounds, and I've got a couple of ideas. One is like the number of. It's too much like a Batman villain, actually, because I was gonna say the number of kills or something like that. Number of days he's been in prison or something, but like that doing tally marks is not.
Okay. I mean, maybe the closest thing to like a deity monster in this world, like an actual Wendigo, or something like really rooted in some of these folklore. Yeah, I feel like would be the closest thing.
Yeah, but if you drew like the head of a Wendigo all over your body, I don't know if that would like.
Oh, you expressly want that. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing here. You know what? I'm gonna just say fresh knife wounds, and if we come up with something later, we come up with something later.
Yeah.
Of his own creation. And then one last cell that has been opened. contains a half human, half monster with the monster side having lots of fur and claws on his hands and feet.
Okay.
Okay, and then Jinier deals with this.
Yes, Jinier deals with it.
Yep. And I'm gonna make that initially very just frightening, where like the guy that like tackles her is like saying some crazy shit.
Maybe to end that fight, she could kind of find a way to turn them on each other.
Maybe. That will be for when we write the script, I suppose.
That'll be for later to decide.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I definitely think like if we do Mothman, we'll have a way to like she'll grab onto Mothman and like take his momentum and like maybe throw Mothman into somebody. But
it's pretty rad. How are we doing for time? How much more do you think we can squeeze out for this episode?
We can do a couple more bullet points. So we need to transition. Jinier and the coyote make their way up to the next floor. All right, now we have time to set up our next fight. So,
Okay. Do we get the warden to open more gates?
we can do that, or we can have blood wizards come in. But we also probably should have. Gosh, there's not a lot of room for like dialogue and stuff. Yeah, we can. Yeah, so we can do more cells, or we can do like blood wizards.
There's going to be plenty of space, I'll say, in 2.4 for more dialogue. When we get to the swamp man, and we kind of have a little bit of a lull before the big fight in Act 3, there's going to be some space to do some dialogue. Here, I just want to put this in our heads. Whatever we do here in this sequence, we're going to have to up 3 or 4-fold in Act 3. Let's just keep a reminder, because if this is the most intense scene and then we go to Act 3 and it's a bit of a letdown in comparison, whoa, that's like completely bottoming out for the audience. When was the last time, audiences at home, you saw a movie where the third act, it was in comparison to the action in the earlier parts of the movie, was just like, man, I already saw the coolest scene. That's such a bummer, isn't it? So we're having all these blood wizards, or we're having a number of blood wizards potentially. We're having a lot of different monsters. We're having a couple of different hunters fighting Jinier and Coyote at the same time. This is definitely a big step up from what we've seen before. But we have to remember when Act 3 comes around and we're doing a full out war, and then Coyote's gonna have to keep Jinier occupied while Swamp Man figures out a cure. We gotta remember that's gotta be at least 2, 3, or 4 times more intense than this scene we're writing right now. A lot's happening here. Even more has to happen later, and it all has to kind of fit within the world and make sense for the story. But good thing to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Does that mean we need to dial this scene back? No. That just means we're challenging ourselves to one-up ourselves later on.
Yeah.
Don't ever pull back. I don't think there is 9 times out of 10 you should not pull back on anything you're writing. So just you gotta figure out a way to one up yourself later on.
And I would like to add that the intensity will change because we're having more scary in this sequence, and we're gonna probably have leaning more towards action in the final fights.
But still scary.
But yeah, it'll
Let's
still
don't throw
be
the scares out the window.
It'll still be scary,
But yeah.
but it won't be I mean, I think it won't be the same level of scary. I think it'll be more about
I agree with
the action and the emotional stakes of what's
absolutely
happening.
100%.
Not that that's absent here, but it will be. It'll just be a different
that's
kind of
where
intensity.
Good. Yeah. As you can see, as the movie, as you're writing that, Cole, as you see, as the movie goes on, the actual fight, as emotional stakes tend to rise, some of these like other things that are less or ancillary to plot, ancillary to character arcs, kind of fall a bit to the wayside. That's not always true, but usually as the movie goes on, emotional stakes become paramount. Above everything else, we want to make sure that we satisfy these character arcs and build the story in a way that services emotional stakes over a lot of other things. This is why, if y'all are familiar with Blake Snyder's Save the Cat format, and again, I kind of want to do an episode that does a full deep dive into all these plot structures. The first half or so of Act 2 has a moniker, Fun and Games. This is where you do all of the premisey stuff, all of the fun stuff that you can squeeze out of this movie, all the things that when you thought of the idea, it was like, here's what I see in my head, here's what I want to do. You do all that then, because when we get later on in the story, you kind of have to drop some of those things in order to serve the emotional stakes. Or maybe you can find a way to kind of marry the two. But if you have to choose one or the other towards the end of Act 2, beginning of Act 3, or actually the entirety of Act 3, emotional stakes every time. And before we end this episode out, we're going to read over everything we wrote today. So that'll stay fresh in our minds, and we can see everything in paced sequence as it would kind of appear in the movie. I think we have time for a couple of more bullet points.
This is probably my last one, maybe?
This is probably his last one, folks.
Or second to last one, depends. Or no, this one. Okay. Ceiling. The warden flicks his hand again. More cells open. And then, okay, hang on. Genier deals with, I'm going to say Genier, deals with these new threats. Coyote helps slightly with the hairless monster. I'm just gonna say like shoots.
He helps slightly.
Yeah.
Not completely useless.
A red
We love
glow comes from the next staircase. A blood wizard. And then that will set us up for the next thing.
Sweet.
Okay. Oh.
Do you want to read all of this stuff that you wrote?
Sure. Okay.
How about you read a bullet point, I read a bullet point. Let's popcorn this shit.
All right, we're gonna go. You want to just start from where I started, essentially?
Okay, yeah. So recall the escape, which is we get out of the cell.
Yep. All right, so
we go back to the warden, seeing Jeunet and the coyote make their way down the corridors. His eyes glow red, and a high-pitched sound echoes throughout the prison. The inmates go nuts.
Back to Junier, who is helping the coyote walk. Low-level hunters, acting as prison guards, rush them. There's 3 of them.
Junier leaves the coyote on a nearby wall. She fights the hunters.
Junier checks on the coyote, who tells her to keep going and he'll catch up.
The warden flicks his hands and some cells nearby open up.
Nothing leaves the cells at first, but suddenly a badly burned, bandaged man leaps from the darkness of his cell and nearly tackles Junier past the guardrail. He is screaming during the whole move.
Junier turns and sees a man covered in fresh knife wounds of his own creation. And then one last cell that has been opened contains a half-human, half-monster, with the monster side having lots of fur and claws on his hands and feet.
Junier deals with this.
Yeah, she does. Junier and the coyote make their way up to the next floor.
They round the corner to the catwalk. They walk slowly, ready for the next threat. They pass a man banging his bloody face into the bars. Then someone screaming, "I can't run," on repeat. Then a hairless monster with elongated arms and legs. It is attached to the ceiling.
The warden flicks his hand again. More cells open.
Junier deals with these new threats. Coyote helps slightly with the hairless monster.
A red glow comes from the next staircase. A blood wizard. Ooh. Okay, we're moving along. We're doing some action. Hopefully the next episode, maybe we'll figure out how they get out of the cell to begin with. And then we'll finish out, at least we'll finish out the actual action of the prison break sequence, and then we'll finally make a call on this long delayed decision of how this sequence ends. But
yes,
we're not gonna worry about that right now. We got time to think about it. We don't gotta worry about that right now.
Absolutely.
So folks, this is episode 43. Y'all should yes, Cole.
Oh no, I was about to jump into
okay.
I was about to jump into
this,
what you're doing.
Oh, you were gonna jump in? Jump in.
No, I was just gonna
Jump
say
on in.
I was gonna say the video and stuff, but you're saying something important that I didn't realize. Because I didn't realize
was saying,
it was
folks, this
43.
is episode. Folks, this is. I'm pretty sure it is episode 43.
You don't know.
Y'all should know the drill.
Yeah.
Y'all should know the drill. But if you don't, we're gonna go over it anyways. Cole, tell them what to do.
Like the video. Dislike the video.
Yeah, like the video.
Tell us why you don't like it, so we can improve.
Gotta tell us why.
Give us ideas for this or for other sketches. Even I would even take other feature film ideas. Maybe we'll do them
down in the comments.
Yeah, we probably won't do feature film ideas anytime soon after this one, but
give us
someday
any kind of ideas. Short films, sketches, movies, TV shows, interactive storytelling, literally
Absolutely.
Short stories, like novels, anything.
Yeah.
This is the writer's room. We'll write anything
absolutely
that you want us to.
If you find yourself kind of searching us up every time to find the new episode, go ahead and subscribe. Makes life easier, gets us on your homepage a little bit better.
There's a little bell notification or a bell icon next to the subscribe button.
Yeah.
That button will tell you when we upload a new video. Hit that. That's gonna make your life a whole lot easier. Mm-hmm. You're gonna get right up here watching the new episode. It's gonna be so much easier.
Yep. If you're more of a listener, though, we're on Spotify, we're on Amazon, we're on Apple Podcasts.
Can't stand looking at these faces. We don't blame you. Head over to those podcast sources.
And then we're on the socials: Instagram, TikTok, stuff like that.
We still have the link in our description to fill out a Google form if you're interested in being a guest on the show. A bit unorthodox for us to just ask y'all to be on the show, but we like y'all. The few of y'all that are sticking around and showing up, we want y'all to come on the show. If you have something to promote, or if you're just a passionate fan or writer, we love chatting with y'all. The guest episodes are always really fun to record, and y'all seem to like them. So it could be you. You could join the ranks of great writer's room guests like our parents and our friends.
Yeah,
that could be you one day. So check that out.
Yep. Last thing to note, I think, because I think we've said everything else. new solo essay in the works. So look forward to that. I know my second one did pretty well, so I've done a third one.
I did.
And
yes.
It's nearly ready. So keep an eye out for that whenever I decide to feel like releasing that. The topic is world building, if you're curious. Which we all know, I love to do world building.
You are a world building slut. Well, that no one can deny that.
I've never been called that before. That's crazy. Anyway, is that it? I think that's it.
Yeah, I brought a lot of energy into this outro, and for a brief moment today, I forgot that I am like quite sick. So it's nice to just like kind of forget about that for a second. No, I don't think I have anything, but thank y'all for coming by to the writer's room, for watching us, and we'll see you if barring any crazy circumstances, we'll see you next week. We'll see you next week.
Whoa.
Bye.
I'm gonna stop the recording.
He's gonna
now.
stop.